Hello students, welcome back to Chem-O-Notes. Today we are solving paper 1 December 2020 part 3. And those who are still not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get the notification of the set exam preparation notes. So stay tuned with Chem-O-Notes. Let us begin. Those who have still not watched part 1 and part 2 for December 2020, please go and see the description where you will get the link or the playlist of set exam you can get, and just watch the videos which have been uploaded for different papers solved of different years. So let us start with part 3 of December 2020. In this video, we are going to solve the remaining questions, that is from question number 31 till 50. So let us start. The first question in part 3 is reflective teaching is a dash. So basically, if you will find, reflective teaching is nothing but it is a cyclic process of thinking about the learnings. Okay, so option A is the correct option here. That is, reflective teaching is cyclic process of teaching about learning. Reflective teaching involves continuous cycle of observation, analysis, and improve one's teaching practices, making it more dynamic. So let us go to the next question. Question number 32 says that a teacher should identify dash and teach accordingly. So here you will find that the teacher should actually find the difference between among the students. Okay, individual differences among the students. Option B is the correct option. A teacher should identify individual differences in the students and tailor their teaching according to each student, because each student, we say that he is unique, and according to the student's uniqueness, the teacher should try to tailor her teaching or his teaching and try to cater the students. Okay, so this is, and that's the reason in colleges we have slow learners, medium learner, and advanced learner, and we try to plan the activities according to these students. Okay, next is question number 33. Swayam Prabha is a group of dash channels devoted to telecasting of high quality of educational programs. So students, the option given are 32 DTH, 24 DTA, DHT, then 7 THD and 12 TDH. So among this, if you'll find, none of the option is correct. No options are correct here. Okay, none of the option is correct. So let me tell you what is the correct option here. Correct answer for this, correct answer is 40 DTH. What is DTH? DTH is nothing but direct to home. Okay, so I'll write down the answer here. The answer is 40 DTH, direct to home. Pratibha Swayam Prabha is a group of 40 DTH channels, and this is the initiative by Ministry of Education India for various institutes like IIT, UGC, okay, IGNU, etc. So such institutes, for the such institutes jointly the Ministry of Education had taken the initiative, and which is known as Swayam Prabha. Now next question is, a traditional teaching support system includes dash. So you'll find that traditional teaching, we know that it includes the support like, among these the options they have given is whiteboard, smart board, digital board, and three-dimensional models. So here traditional teaching, that is blackboard or whiteboard, we can include. Okay, as smart board, digital, and three-dimensional models, these are used nowadays, which is called as the ICT based teaching and learning. Okay, so whiteboards have been used for decades as a primary means for displaying the information, like writing notes and illustrating the concept in the classroom, that we know. So this is the correct option, that is A, whiteboard. Next question is, a teacher goes through students' notebook and give remarks. This is called dash. So what does the teacher do when she tries to go through the notebooks and try to give the remarks? That is, she is doing the evaluation. Correct? She is doing the evaluation. So correct option is 35. Next is correct option is C. Next question is, Socrates gave dash method to discover the truth. So Socrates has given the dialogue method to discover the truth. Okay, Socrates method is based on asking and answering the questions to stimulate the critical thinking. So the correct option here is D. Correct option is D. Next is, experimental researches are aimed to dash. So experimental researches basically are aimed to study the application of the theory. Okay, we do the experiments or research that is to study the applications of the theory. So option C is the correct option. Experimental research primarily focuses on establishing the cause, relationship or association between the variables by manipulating one variable to determine its effect on the other. So basically we are trying to find out the application of the theory. Next question is, limitations laid down by the researchers are called dash. So limitations laid down by the researchers, we know that it is known as, yes, it is known as delimitations. Okay, delimitations are the limitations laid down by the researcher. So option B is your correct option. Option B is the correct option. Delimitations are the boundaries or limitations set by the researchers regarding the scope of the study. They are intentional and define what the researcher choose to include or exclude, such as population characteristics, geographic location, time frame, etc. Now the next question is, for any frequency distribution, 50th percentile and dash are the same. So the option given is mean, median, quartile deviation and standard deviation. So student, you should know that 50th percentile. Nowadays the marks are told in percentile, that he is 20 percentile he has scored, okay, or 50 percentile he has scored. What does that mean? So basically percentile is nothing but, when we say 50th percentile, is the value that separates the lower 50 of the data from upper 50%. So let me show it with a present of by representing with a graph. Okay, suppose we draw a graph here, and if I show a normal your Bell deviation, so here if I try to divide this deviation into exactly half, that is 50 percentile. Let me show with the color. Okay, so suppose this is my 50 percentile, that is 50 percentage of the deviation. So this 50%, okay, similarly this will be your lower 50%, and this will be, suppose I denote the next by, let us take some different color. Yeah, this is my above 50%. Okay, so I've divided the complete percentile into two parts, 50 above and 50 below. Okay, so if this is the thing, each will indicate what? Let me write down. This indicates 50%, and this also indicates what? 50%. Okay, so this is your percentile. Each percentile can be divided into 100 parts. Okay, out of which half part is your 50% and other half part is 50%. So exactly the center will be what? 50th percentile. What is this? This indicates 50th percentile. Okay, so this center, exact center, indicates your 50th percentile. Now 50th percentile, with the graph you can see that it is exactly the center. Okay, the middle part. So mean, is it a middle part? No. Median, yes, median is a center. Median is nothing but what? Center of the whatever is the distribution given to us. Median indicates center. So your correct option is B. Okay, for any frequency distribution, 50th percentile and the median are the same. So your correct option is what? Median. Next one is, a researcher uses data for an earlier research paper and publishes a new research paper. This is dash. So what they are saying, if you are doing research, you may know this, that a researcher is using his own data which he has already published, and actually this is unethical. Okay, if you are going to publish the data which you are already published, that is a unethical way. So the correct option is B. So reuse of another researcher's data without proper citation, then permission or acknowledgement is unethical. This is also constitutes a plagiarism or a data misuse. So we should always acknowledge if you are going to use anyone's data, and even your own data, if you are trying to use, you have to take the permission of the publisher whether I can use that data again. Okay, so the correct option is unethical, that is option B. Next is question number 41 to 45 is based on this paragraph. You can read this paragraph which is given. Okay, or you can pause this video and try to read the paragraph. We'll go to the questions directly. Now question number 41 says that, what does the author mean when he says that since the last decade the higher education sector has been occupying a dominant position in the economy planning process? So those who have read the question, they can answer this question easily. So I suppose that you have read the question, and the option here is D. D is the correct option. That is, comparatively more financial support is given to higher education sector during the last decade. So in the paragraph you will find this sentence, and whatever is the question asked, that is indicating comparatively more financial support is given to the higher education. Then for 42 question is, the policy makers in India are taking steps to increase the expenditure towards higher education sector because, and the correct option here is, if you see the correct option and if you have read the paragraph, it indicates that they aim at enabling the India to match up to the global standards. Okay, option A is the correct option, that the policymakers in India are trying to make the step to spend more on the higher education because they want to match our Indian education system with the global standards. Option A is the correct option. Next is 43. The attitude of the author towards the teacher is dash. So if you see, the correct option is, the author attitude of the author is sympathetic. So question answer is C, option C, that author is having sympathy towards the teachers. Okay, then question number 44 is, the author says that today a significant proportion of highly educated professionals is stuck in a volatile dynamic ecosystem because of what? It is because of there is a lack of formal law to govern the terms and conditions of contractual engagement of higher educational professionals. So option B is the correct option here. Author today says that What author says that today a significant proportion of higher education professionalism is stuck in a volatile dynamic ecosystem because of what? Because of lack of formal laws. Okay, so correct option is B. Now next one is last question based on the paragraph, that is 45th question. There is a growth in number of universities is statement 1. What does statement 1 tells you? Statement 1 says that there is a growth in number of universities, and statement 2 says there is the growth in absolute increase in employment. So is this related with each other? So according to the passage, what is the correct option? Correct option is the statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. Correct? And this is the actual circumstances also, that even though there is growth in the number of universities, actually also there is no increase in employment. So not only in the paragraph but in the passage, this is true even today, that there are so many colleges and universities, but the absolute growth of employment is not increased as it should have been. Now question number 46 is, while defining the communication, Myers focuses on dash. While defining the communication, Myers focuses on which of the following answer. So what does Myers does? Myers focuses on the behavioral changes of the receiver. Okay, so this is based on your communication skills. So while defining communication, Myers he has defined that the behavioral changes is done by the receiver. Okay, next is question number 47. Serial functions of the sender in communication cycles are as follows. So there are options given here. You can see collection, formulation, encoding and projection, receiving, decoding, interpretation and projection, receiving, formulation, decoding and projection, encoding, formulation, decoding and projection. So what is the correct answer for the sender in communication cycle? What is the series? The sender has to collect the data, formulate it, encode it and then project it. Okay, then send it to the sender. So the correct option is A, that they have asked for sender. So what the sender does? Sender has to collect the data first. Correct? Then formulate it. Then he has to formulate the data, and then what he has to do? He has to encode it. Encoding has to be done, and then the sender will try to project it to the receivers. Okay, he has to project it. This is how he has to tell the receivers that he has to find out. So correct option is A. Next one is, the component of communication cycles are sender, message, receiver and dash. So here a component for communication cycle, what is the thing we require for communication cycle? One thing is you should require a sender, then the message, like we have seen here. Here it should be a message which has to be sent. Okay, and a receiver. And what is the next thing? The last one is you require media also to send this. Correct? Without media we cannot send the message. So there is a media. So here the last option, correct option is media. The component for communication cycle is media, also is one of the component. Then next question is, which of the following is one of the communication based on number of parties involved? So what are the one of the communication based on the number of parties involved? So here you will find that which is the following, which of the following. So personal communication, formal communication, horizontal communication and informal communication. So number of parties involved, the correct option here is horizontal communication. Okay, horizontal communication is one of the communication based on the number of parties involved. Now, then the last question of this segment, that is your December 2020 part 3. This is the last question. Characteristic of the mass media communications are large number of audiences, heterogeneous audiences, scattered audiences, and dash. So characteristics of mass media communication is we require large number of audiences, heterogeneous audiences, scattered audiences, and absence of direct feedback. Correct? Mass media, we do not get the direct feedback. So there is absence of direct feedback. So this is the correct option, that is C is the correct option. So stay tuned with ChemONotes, and if you like the video, do if you like the video, do subscribe the channel ChemONotes, hit the bell icon and do like and share the video with your friends, those who are appearing for this June set exam. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned with ChemONotes and do watch the playlist at the rate ChemONotes. You will find all the solved papers of set exam April 2024, March 2023, September 2021, and today we have completed December 2020. Okay, thank you for watching.